Right now you're hearing all your favorite music on your favorite station. But wait, there's more.
More songs from the artists you love on exclusive stations by Odyssey.
Just open the Odyssey app and click exclusive stations, then a genre to dive deeper into.
A station might be just music, or maybe hosted by Ed Sheeran, Chris Martin, or one of your favorite DJs.
Across alternative, pop,
country, soft rock,
Latin, R&B,
kids,
and even more.
Get more with exclusive stations by Odyssey.
Brought to you by Macy's, Geico, and Coke Zero Sugar.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a Twitch streamer that people are talking about because of him playing the game Apex Legends.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't know a lot that. Anybody know what that game is?
Yeah.
Of course. I played a lot. Joe and I actually do. It's a battleground game. So you have 60 people in teams of 3, and you're going around, pew-pewing each other and running around the map, picking up guns and all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
Be the last team standing.
Oh, it's fun, actually.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun.
Gosh, man, I wish I grew up at the wrong time. I'm not regretting the era that I grew up in. I really do look back fondly on that. But it would have been so much fun to be able to hook up with 30 people via technology and play a video game together. When I was a kid, we had to walk with our remote control, our Atari controller, to my friend Chris's house, and that was exciting.
Uphill both ways in the snow,
of course, barefoot.
Yeah, and I know in Joey and Danny's time, and Joey, Danny, and Vicky's age, they had LAN parties where they had to hook up. They had to bring their own computers and hook them all up together.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
but man, it's probably for the best. I would have never left my house.
Yeah, that was kind of what was going on with Joey D's for a while. He'd just be downstairs. We know his perch, just hanging there gaming. So the cool thing is that the Twitch streaming, you're with this, while you're playing your game, Steve, you're broadcasting your screen on Twitch as well as whatever commentary you may have, and so that's a whole new level of playing. It's one thing when you're just playing with your buddies all connected, but the idea that I could watch a bunch of dudes play, or this guy who has a name GRNDPA Gaming, which is Grandpa Gaming, which is a great handle, and he's become a viral sensation because he's a real life grandpa who served in the U.S. Navy for over 20 years, is a bit beat up. So that's why his gaming skills not as good as they could be. According to his Twitch bio, he has a, quote, bum right hand with no feeling in the thumb and forefinger. From the shoulders down, I have no feeling, so the use of mouse and keyboard are subpar at best. And yes, I am a train wreck of a 66-year-old man.
Yeah, you have a plate in his body as well. But man, the technology he has set up for his Twitch stream is pretty awesome because he's got himself superimposed in the bottom corner as the game's going on. He's got his microphone, his headphones on. He looks like a cute dude, cute grandpa kind of guy.
Yeah, it's awesome how you can do that on Twitch, Rev. I mean, I imagine you could do that too. You got that set up, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, for the most part. I get a green screen, that'd be great, but you can still do that pretty easily.
Grandpa's got a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa's got a green screen.
With a reindeer.
Hang out way too much.
Yeah,
we need a break.
Yeah, we do. He's also a cancer survivor, still needs radiation treatment. So Grandpa Gaming, man, is insane. And that's not the only game he plays, Apex Legends. He plays Armored Warfare, Battlefield, Doom. Oh, I know that game.
Nice.
The Division, Fallout 4. I know that game. League of Legends, The Witcher 3, World of Tanks, World of Warships. This guy's got over 150,000 followers on his Twitch account.
That's a life goal right there because you're retired, so you don't have to worry about work.
Yeah.
Why not do that, man? Hang out. It probably keeps him super young.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. I mean, I envy this guy because it's kind of like the life I want, to be honest with you.
And Rev, so you build these teams. even though you know that he's not as good as probably someone that's like 17, 18, or even in their 20s or 30s because of all the ailments that he's battling, wouldn't you want him on your team?
Absolutely, because you can do voice chat. You don't have to do it, but you can. So just being able to talk with him, I bet you he's like one of those point guys where he's like, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I bet you he's one of those controller types where he's going to help you win as a team.
And I'm reading about him, and apparently he's a good trash talker too, which is pretty awesome. You need Grandpa to be trash talking.
That would be fantastic. I wouldn't even be mad about that.
We got a little sample of Grandpa Gamer playing on Twitch.
Eat that, bitch.
Grandpa got them all, yes!
Holy Hey, that was a no-scope.
Oh. I love that. And now those other voices, were those people probably on the chat with him?
Yeah. That was his teammates. So the two guys that he was rolling with.
So he's got two young dudes just loving Grandpa kicking ass. Love that.
What did he say? Eat that, bitch?
Yeah, he did.
Grandpa said eat that. And he apparently likes making cooking videos, too. So maybe that's like his catchphrase. Like, hey, I made this linguine. Eat that, bitch.
Well, he literally does talk like a sailor.
Yeah.
He does have a mouth of a sailor. It makes sense.
Oh, Grandpa Gamer's the best.
He really is the best, man. I want to be that guy in the world of board games where I'm just the old guy that's at the convention playing games, just being me. I'm close.
But you gotta be more lovable. You're like you like to argue with people.
And charismatic.
I'm a little bit more lovable.
You got better?
I say eat that bee once in a while, just like Grandpa.
Bitch.
Yeah. Maybe it's just with me, you like being a jerk.
I was actually good to you the other day, wasn't I?
Only just so you can keep me coming back to play more games.
Listen, man, you know what?
It's gonna change.
You haven't game with me forever. I'm actually very charming. I mean, sure, I make some girls cry once in a while, but hey, that's few and far between.
Yeah, those days are gone.
No, they were. I mean,
yeah, like he says, so cut me some slack on he's a crappy player. Try competing with no feeling in your hand and see how far you get in the game. I served 20 years and 4 months in the Navy.
Oh, he is not. He's not taking any BS from anybody.
And is that just for like computer gaming, Rev?
Sounds like it because he says he has like a mouse.
Okay.
You can. Well, there's different accessibility options and stuff like that nowadays. Like Microsoft is going really far with a lot of their console stuff. So some of that can actually be. He could be playing on PC or on consoles because it's available for all of those.
I'm looking at a picture of him and he's got a keyboard in front of him, so it must be a PC game.
Oh yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
With his issues, I don't know how the hell he could handle a console controller.
Well, they do have like Xbox came out with like an adaptive controller for people who are differently abled.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need that.
So, yeah, you're able, like people who either are missing a limb or don't have a lot of motion in their hands, they created this awesome adaptive controller for them.
want that adaptive controller because I cannot figure that out to save my life. I can't figure. I cannot.
Like it's for people who have like serious ailments, and you're like, I want it because I'm not good with these controllers.
Dude, I feel like I have a serious ailment when it comes to running these controllers. You can ask Joey D's. I cannot figure it out.
That's really cool that they've created those things.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I'm just looking at his setup. It's pretty awesome. He does have the green screen. Imagine going over to Grandpa's house and and he shows you his little gaming room, and he's got it like fully decked out with a nice microphone.
Yeah,
green screen. He's even got green on his chair so that the chair doesn't even show up on the video.
Yeah, I want that. I really want that setup.
Nice lighting setup too.
Yeah. He's the man.
Well, then you got 150,000 Twitch followers. What does that? Does that make money?
Yeah, about $250.
$250 what?
$2.50. No, I mean it's not a whole lot of money on that. They'll do donations and stuff, and maybe you can transfer it over to your YouTube and get some like ad revenue.
Yeah,
and you can get a little bit of money through subscriptions and stuff like that. Maybe with 150, he might be making a little bit of change there. It might go well with his retirement, but you can't like necessarily live off of that alone.
People are probably tipping him though.
I would hope so. I would absolutely hope so.
Yeah, Patreon style maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Good old Grandpa. Good for him.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's having fun. If he gets any money for this and he's having fun, good for him.
Oh, yeah. Here I am looking at his YouTube page. He's got 55,000 subscribers on YouTube as well.
Man, this guy he's making a little name for himself.
And he does videos of him cooking. He's got a steak and cheese bread and teriyaki mushrooms. Hashtag eat that bitch.
He does cook.
Yeah.
Grandpa Gamer making it happen. Wow, you know what? Good.
He's got free time, man. He's got a lot of free time, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty awesome.
He's become a bit of a YouTube celebrity. Good for him.
It looks yummy.
Yeah, it does look good. Look at that, man. That's his YouTube page.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Sometimes he wears like silly outfits, rocking his Cabela shirt and his Thug Life bandana.
That is so awesome.
Grandpa.
Oh, yeah. And look at that. He's got a nice icon. He's got his own logo.
Yeah.
Grandpa's making it happen. Wow.
Does he also have a video screen of his dog sleeping in the corner?
He does.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
so you can keep an eye on Coco.
Yeah. See, this is where the adorability factor comes in. So you pretty much the big screen's the game. Lower left-hand corner, there's his dog. And then lower right-hand corner, there's him just doing his thing and talking trash while you see him playing his game.
That's what I need to make it big on streaming. I need to have a stream of Carl sleeping while I play.
Do it.
All right.
Especially if Carl's wrecking stuff. You should really do it.
God, he does too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'd be just as successful as Grandpa, the 20-year military vet.
Oh, he would be.
I'm sure, yeah. Rev, the 40-year-old angry gamer, sure.
Yeah.
So he says, depending on whether or not how many subscriptions on Twitch he has, he could be making bank. With 150,000 followers and 3,000 of those people have subscribed to him. That's like $1,500 a month or more if he's a partner.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Another person is my dad, also a grandpa, 67, plays Battlefield all day, then tells stories about the battles he had like he was there.
Damn.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Old people war stories, but it's just a video game.
Yeah.
And Vicky, like you brought up that setup for people that have certain disabilities. One person is my friend Mary, had her arms blown off overseas. She's a hardcore gamer, console and PC.
And she can make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing to me somebody with no arms can run and can play a game better than me because I cannot figure it out. It's unbelievable how badly I am at console controllers. And somebody with no arms can play better than me.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, especially the first couple times I saw that commercial. I think it's from Microsoft. The one with the
little kid?
All the kids are running over to watch that one kid. And see, I got the goosebumps right now, man. It's like the menopause kicks in. I see that and I just start getting teary-eyed.
The menopause.
It's serious, man.
When, if we all can get along, which is the whole idea, like everybody wins, I think is the tag, the catchphrase.
It's such a cool commercial.
Yeah, it is a good one. And you know why? It's all because of Microsoft. Bill Gates, okay, Steve? Mm-hmm. Bill Gates makes it happen. All right, so Vicky was telling me I needed to watch Marie Kondo. She kept telling me about Marie Kondo. She loves Marie Kondo. She's probably going to marry Marie Kondo.
I have a bunch of people that just nonstop, they will just bring her up out of the blue. Like dudes as well, just talking about this person. They even saying, like, I need to Marie Kondo my friend list. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
A verb.
Yeah.
You wouldn't make it, Steve, because you don't spark joy. There's no way you're going to make my friend list.
Oh, for you? Of course not.
Yeah. So I watched a couple of episodes on Netflix, and I mean, look, it feels like, if you just dig that kind of stuff, but like the episodes to me are all the same. She just takes all their clothes and throws them on the bed and says something in Japanese, and then next thing you know, everybody's crying and happy. That's pretty much every episode.
She does teach you how to fold and how to put away certain things like in different places of the house. So it shows you how to treat your bras as VIP and how to put them neatly in your drawer, which was pretty interesting. Like, I liked learning how to do that.
Yeah, I learned that on the first episode.
So it's called Tidying Up?
Yeah, with Marie Kondo.
That's the name of the show on Netflix. And people are saying now she has as much power as Oprah these days.
Damn.
And it is because of that show, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. And basically people are throwing stuff away that doesn't spark joy, which is her catchphrase. And
that's my problem, though. I keep so much stuff because it sparks joy. And my wife thinks I'm a hoarder because I'm like, but this brings up this memory or this brings up that memory.
See,
I've become my mom.
Marie would have you really pass that test, though. That's the thing. I mean, if you don't, if you got to do a Marie Kondo style.
Come bring it, Marie. I'll show you what's up.
We should have her come bring it.
Okay.
Sales of paper shredders, though, are up all because of the fact that people are they're buying more file storage supplies, specialty labels. As one market research firm puts it, quote, sometimes we don't realize just how many big bags of unnecessary stuff we have accumulated in our closets, homes, offices, and classrooms over the years. As you may have already heard, Marie is also being credited for an increase in donations to thrift stores.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hit up those thrift stores if you want fun, neat, random things.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, I mean, I have to say, I watched a couple of episodes and I went home and said, you know something? There are things that don't spark joy. There are things that actually are the opposite. I look at them and go, oh yeah, I've got to do that. I've got to read that. I've got to. But
you can't drop your child off at thrift store.
No, I can't. Yeah, so I get rid of stuff, and I'm kind of like wanting to have nothing now in my life because the older I get, I feel like I feel like I could be more flexible and do what I need to do if I don't have a lot of stuff.
Think about those people now that are making the change and switching to those tiny homes.
Yeah,
for that reason, they just kind of want to eliminate the clutter, and part of that for them, I guess, psychologically, if they don't have the room, they can't create the clutter. I don't know if I could do a tiny home.
No, I don't think I could either. But my parents are like,
what are you talking about, Vicky? You're the perfect size for a tiny home.
Yeah, that's still like a big house for you.
mean, I got rid of a lot of crap after watching Marie Kondo, but I still have a lot of crap.
That's because I keep giving you stuff, because all my crap I give to Vicky and she takes it.
And it's the hoarder mentality. My parents are the same way, and I've made my mom watch a couple episodes of this, and she's been, more okay with getting rid of stuff. She just has, we have all these tablecloths. I'm like, Mom, we don't even have that same size table anymore. Why do we keep it? So it's been a process, especially since they're wanting to buy a new house. Like, do you really want to move all this crap to the new house?
That's the cool thing about Marie Kondo's show is that she makes you take all your stuff and throw it on a bed, in the middle of a room. Okay. And therefore you just see this gigantic stack, and that's when you realize, oh my God, I got a lot of crap. When it's just out in the middle of a living space, your brain can just see how much crap you have because it's in that space.
Well, that's why my brother and I were all excited when my parents moved out of the house in Brooklyn, because okay, they're finally going to throw away all this clutter and all this stuff they don't need. A majority of it is stuff that my brother and I's toys or whatever, random things from growing up. And so we thought, okay, it's perfect. New home, get rid of all that stuff. And apparently got rid of a lot of stuff, but they bought a house with a giant basement, so they felt, we'll just box a bunch of this stuff up and put it in the basement. So it's still with them, although it's a little tidier, but it's still with them.
You're going to have to go through that.
Oh, that's too much of a headache.
I'm telling you, you're just going to get, look, not to be morbid, but as I try to tell my mother-in-law, I go, really? Do you want us to have to go through all this crap now?
You know how we go through it? We take this box and we put it in the dumpster.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But you know what, man?
That's been my philosophy.
Except I watch too much comic book, man, especially with all your old toys.
Yeah, I know.
Some of that stuff is legit.
But my parents keep this reminds me of your childhood, and we're saving it for when you have kids, and it's this old school bike rack where you can put the kid on the back.
Oh yeah, no one's
gonna. That's not up to code anymore. It's what does that matter? It's fine. It worked for you kids.
Yes, I know. There's so much stuff you go. No one's gonna. Or you drooled all over this little Tyke's kitchen, and it's so disgusting that really you want to burn it, not give it to your next
worthless.
kid.
Right. I found my helmet from when I was a kid, and it was just this nice coat of yellowy orange, and it used to be white. And I told my dad, this is going into the dumpster. I don't care what you have to say. It was just that disgusting.
You need to wear that helmet to work.
No.
I think somebody says I'm unimpressed with Marie Kondo.
I heard she got mad at somebody. Was that? Did I read that? Somebody was giving her crap, and she just started cussing him out on the internet.
I don't know.
I thought she was cussing him out. I know she, a lot of people are like, well, how dare you tell people to get rid of their books if it's, what makes them happy? Because she says on average, if you're not really a book reader, 30 books or so, but I have more than 100 comic books.
Yeah, you do.
And that's the big ones. It's you have to do what's good for you. If you love your books and they all spark joy, then keep them.
Yeah, I have a bookshelf. I need to have books on it. I don't think we have to buy more books. I'm not going to read them. I just keep the books I read.
I did get rid of them all, and I thought I was going to be Mr. Book Collector again. But with my app, I can store all my comic books on my app now.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's I just think it's where you are in life. But for me, it's it was tough to let some stuff go, but I'm looking at stuff that I moved here with, and it's been 20 years I've been in Seattle, and some of that stuff I hadn't even opened. It's well, I don't need it. How do I need this?
What I do need, I think, is a tiny home. I'm looking at these online. So $40,000, BJ. We could get ourselves a tiny home.
Wait, you can add it to cart? You could just buy it and have it delivered like Amazon?
Yes. I could use PayPal.
Wow. Whoa.
If I order it within the next 7 hours, I could get it by Wednesday, May 8th.
Yeah.
Huh.
Got a little bathroom.
How many square feet is that? Does it say?
It is, I don't know, 24 feet.
Okay. 24 feet's not a lot of square feet.
I don't know if that means what.
Oh, it's probably 24 feet long.
You can fit it in the parking garage downstairs. I could have it be my second home.
Dude, that's a great idea for in-law apartments, though. Seriously.
What, you going to have your in-laws stay in this thing?
Well, yeah. Where else are they going to stay?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Guest bedroom?
They have to, there's usually stairs that lead to a loft.
Oh, you're right.
So that's not good for people that are trying to climb stairs.
So we get a little trailer.
You got the little steps that go right up there.
Yeah, no, I don't want. I don't need that. I need the trailer like Frank Castle had in Punisher 2.
It's 200 square feet.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, but then another 120 square foot of loft living space.
Okay, 200 square feet
plus a shower.
124. That's
it's nothing.
That's nothing.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
And they're selling for how much? $34,000?
This one is on sale for $39,995.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Down $5,000.
Sometimes you could even just buy the plans for a couple $100, and then you can build it yourself, and you can choose what materials you want, so it ends up being cheaper down the long run.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to have to buy. I'm going to have to either hire someone to do it for me. I'm not going to be able to build my own house. Damn, Steve. Yeah, you couldn't live there, Steve. You'd bang your head all the time.
Yeah, I would love to just see it, though. I wouldn't mind. That'd be fun to rent one for a weekend.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
No, tiny living.
I mean, I know I want something smaller at some point. I think that would be good. Probably I'll need something on one level so I don't fall downstairs because I've done that in my life.
They're big steps. I think it'll be okay.
You think? I don't know. I don't think that'll be good. Well, Steve, you live in a homeowners association, right? You have an HOA?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and sometimes those HOAs, man, they do some stupid things on a daily basis all over the country. But you know what? We found the dumbest thing that an HOA fined a homeowner for. I'll tell you all about this at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a woman. Her name is Catherine. She lives in Tennessee. She got herself a $100 fine from the HOA at her condo complex last month because her car accidentally left a penis-shaped outline in the snow.
I need to see this. This is important.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You have to be kidding me. That's impressive on the girth level.
Yeah.
If that they actually thought that's what she was trying to do. That doesn't really even look like anything.
Wow.
They didn't fine her for that.
Yeah, they did. $100. She parked her Honda inside overnight. There was light snow, and the next morning she drove away, and her car left an outline in the snow that, it will be a little, I mean, it looks a little phallic, but are you serious?
It looks more like a doggy bone.
Yeah, I mean, it really...
It looks like a car was there and snow went around it. It doesn't look like anything. This is so stupid. I hate the HOA.
Yeah, that's just that way. What is wrong with us? I mean, seriously, what about, and I'm looking at your screen, and it says, your car, specifically the Honda, left this offensive image on the ground. Please know that you'll be fined $100. I believe you'll see why we have had complaints about it.
Okay, the person who fined them, morons. The people who complain, bigger morons.
Yeah, I mean, talk about where your mind is at.
Wow.
That's just nuts.
I mean, I remember HOA contacting us about like dog poop outside of our house, saying you got to pick up your dog poop. And I'm like, we pick up our dog poop all the time. And I went out to look at this dog poop they were talking about. And it was like the poop was the size of Lulu. And I took a picture of Lulu and the poop next to it. I'm like, you think this dog is capable of doing that kind of poop?
Yeah.
If so, that's impressive.
Yeah. Lulu would be amazing if she could drop that kind of situation.
Another time they're like, you haven't been keeping up with your lawn, even though, and they said the picture of our house and the violation, it wasn't even our house.
Oh.
And I'm like, this isn't our house. Like,
come on, HOA.
And you guys actually cut my lawn because we're on the show side. It's like these stupid things, man. I get it. They answer to people complaining and they got to send the letters off. But sometimes you're just like, how is this a problem? But that isn't a problem. You know what I mean? Insert whatever that is.
Yeah. And who cares? I mean, this is what sometimes other humans, it's like, are you serious? Who's that going to harm, that stupid little image, which really, like Vicky said, you could say it's a dog bone. You could say anything. I mean, you got to question the viewer at this point if they're going, oh, that looks like a penis.
And if that's what you think a penis looks like, man.
Well, then you know what? You're having a good life. Why would you complain?
Yeah. I mean, that's
impressive.
That's not a motion of the ocean. That's a tsunami.
Yeah.
The moment I realized home ownership wasn't really for me was when the HOA told my ex-mother-in-law that she couldn't build her back porch because it wasn't long enough or something like that. And they were like, yeah, you can. And they fined her $300 because she wouldn't build her back porch. But they wouldn't approve the plans that she had to have one there. And I was like, it's in the back. Like, why does it matter what she does with her backyard?
They've got these rules that they need to keep. Dude, I don't get it. I think it's just that this gives an opportunity for people who always wanted power to have power.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, Catherine's not paying the fine, and she's also threatened to sue them. She's like, I'm going to sue you idiots.
I would if I was her for $1 million.
Yeah.
Pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Especially with the size of that thing.
The HOA,
a lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
Yeah, so what? It resolved with the HOA not apologizing, but they did say they won't be pursuing this further
because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Rev does the HOA stuff in his work. Like, he's down with all that.
It's not the HOA, but it's the neighborhood watch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's different.
Is essentially the same, but they can't fine us.
Do you guys wear berets and red satin jackets?
No, nothing like
I'm
that.
picturing you as the guardian angels.
That would be fantastic because it's just a bunch of old people. I'm the youngest person there.
So do you walk the streets with them?
No. There is one old guy who will patrol in his gigantic red truck, and so the streets are safe when he's rolling around.
Does he have a siren or a sign that says he's neighborhood watch?
No, he'll just give you the stink eye if you're not a person that
undercover,
he knows.
Steve.
What a BS neighborhood watch this is. I thought neighborhood watch is supposed to go out like in a crew with like jackets.
No, this is more along the line.
Check out the neighborhood.
This is more along the lines of just complaining about people driving in the park or parking across the street or any of these small, tiny, minor violations that they deem are the worst thing ever.
I just want to live in Phoenix Jones's neighborhood and have him be on the neighborhood watch with me.
Yeah.
Nobody will mess with us then.
I'm sure.
Somebody says their HOA tried finding me because the tabs in my car were expired. Gotta love them out in Ording. How is that?
Why would they fine you for car tabs expiration? What does that got to do with them?
How about this one? HOA member proposed putting taller fences to combat mosquitoes. What is the surface ceiling of a mosquito? Genius.
Wow. What the hell? Taller fences? How would that stop a mosquito?
It can fly that high, I guess.
I could understand the tabs thing because they don't want cars that are just parked there forever in terms of like, hey, it's just a junker. I'm not going to update the tabs and it's just going to sit there in a parking spot forever.
I'd never heard of the HOA being able to fine you for not having updated tabs. I thought that was just a Department of Licensing and a cop thing.
It's on your property. If it's in your driveway, who cares?
Because it's not beautifying the property. It's bringing down the property levels.
But what if they're just driving with expired tabs?
Well, living on the edge then, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
See, look at the Rev. He's defending HOA. He's an HOA guy.
And
Danny,
an HOA not every neighborhood has an HOA. Like my neighborhood we don't have an HOA. So you can buy a home and not be subject to that stupidity.
I mean, fair. I just still... it scares me to think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it says if the HOA wants to tell me what to do in my house, they can pay for the house and the bills that come with it. But when you buy the house, you agree to these terms.
That's the problem. You can say
the crappy
that,
part.
But you're going to be living and fighting with these guys. And believe me, they are such a-holes.
And they're so petty.
Yeah,
I mean, you're looking at something like this story, and she said, yeah, F you, I'm not going to pay for this. And they're like, okay, well, then we're not going to pursue this any longer. You got to stand up to them.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that they can, or, they just don't have the bravery or whatever to say, no, I'm not going to pay this. You're an idiot.
And that's the problem. Most people on the HOA have nothing better to do. I mean, some people, maybe they genuinely do care about the neighborhood, but for many of them, it's just like they've got nothing better, and they feel like this is some kind of thing that's important.
Yeah, I mean, it was all illustrated way back on Seinfeld when his parents moved to Florida.
Yes.
All the trouble they had.
Oh, yeah.
We learned everything we needed to know about HOAs from Seinfeld.
I get the whole making sure that people keep their lawn and have it upkeep. I understand that. The basic stuff, making sure someone doesn't decide to paint their house neon green, sure, why not? But when you're getting all nitpicky over the dumbest stuff, I had one person in our HOA try and shame me into going to HOA meetings. I said, I noticed that you didn't vote for this thing and you didn't even send in your proxy vote. I'm like, I threw it away. And they're like, this is important. We need your vote. This is how things work. I'm like, yeah, then we're going to send you a new note. And I'm like, I'm going to throw that one away as well. I just don't care.
I'm not totally guilty of it, but I've tried to get the neighbors to go to the community meetings.
You need to stop getting
you are an HOA hole.
I want
the HOA hole.
Don't bother.
I want people to be engaged and involved in their community.
Why?
So you know your neighbors, just in case the apocalypse happens. No. I want to make sure that I know the people around and the people I want to save and the people I don't really care about.
People have different levels of how they want to socially interact, and I don't think people should be bullied into interacting in a level they don't want to.
I think you should engage with the people in your neighborhood. Talk to your neighbors, meet them, and say hi to them.
I know you think that, but what about the folks that just don't like to socially interact but still want to live in a house?
Well, let them be.
Well, they're just going to die during the zombie apocalypse.
Well, that's more food for you. What do you care?
Huh.
Somebody says my HOA complained about my dog being too friendly when other dogs walk by.
Okay. I can't do it anymore. Humans are just stupid. They really are. It's like, just let people be. If people want to be sociable, they can be sociable. If people have a dog that's friendly and, my gosh, just figure it out.
Somebody says, I also live in Ording, probably the same neighborhood. I got the tabs letter too. And also once I had a 5-inch dent in my garage door, $250 fine.
Wow.
My God.
Yeah, that's just.
Someone says I'm on my HOA board. I'm not a huge fan of HOAs, but I agree that they're necessary. Otherwise, your neighbors can do whatever they want, and they will be bringing down your property value. And I understand that, but there's certain things that HOA just needs to just
Yeah,
STFU.
and that's the thing. And the
HOA.
whole property value thing, it's like, there's got to be a line drawn. It sucks. It sucks. I mean, when you have bad neighbors and they do bring down the property value, I understand that. But, regulating what is right and wrong, and then, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and people go over the line. Human beings just can't be trusted with knowing when they can be reasonable. They just can't, because they can always, that's how fascism starts, buddy.
How about one person says HOA? Not the jerks, it's the neighbors who complain all the time about every little thing. I would not disagree with that. If you're complaining about the little things, you just need to reevaluate what you're doing in your world.
See,
you're just looking for a fight.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be pleased. You're miserable. Who cares what they do? Really, the property values of your house. Come on.
I like this one. Holy crap. The Rev advocating for getting out and interacting with others. Did we enter a new world?
I know. And Rev is like the most socially
antisocial. He's the man about town.
He was Mr. Antisocial his whole life.
Those days are gone, BJ.
They are. I've purged those days, and now people can come over to my house.
Yep.
Well, most of the time.
What would you say to
Ever
yourself?
since you got a cat.
Yeah. Ever since you got a cat,
Thank
he's
you,
Mr.
damn it,
Social.
Carl.
But I mean, if you heard yourself 20 years ago, you tell yourself to F off.
Yeah, I'd say you're an idiot.
Yeah. All right. Well,
20 years ago. 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Your young self and I agree. You are an idiot.
Was it the wife or the cat that got you more sociable?
The wife.
Okay.
Like, absolutely. She's
Good
the one
answer.
who will actually drag me out to stuff. There have been plenty of times over the course of the years where I've turned into a whiny 2-year-old because I didn't want to go somewhere. And she's like, it'll be fun. And I'm like, no. And then we go out, and yeah, it was absolute fun.
As long as the neighbors are cool. Sometimes you got weird neighbors, you don't want to know them. I mean, I've got a set of neighbors there, they got a nice family, they're good people. I don't mind talking to them but I got other neighbors, I'm like, I don't think I should talk to you just in case I say the wrong thing, and next thing you know, I'm on your list.
Yeah, see, I tried at first when we moved into it. I was like, I'd be super Mr. Neighbor guy. And it was at the first neighbor, I'd try to be buddy, not buddy and like hanging out, but just friendly. And they start knocking on our door, and they bring stuff, and they want to expect to come in. They want to go on these dinner dates.
Oh, they wanted to interact with you.
Yes.
I think it's the 1950s.
Agree. Thank you, Rev, for agreeing with me.
Yeah. I mean,
they were weird, man.
Yeah, it's not the 50s.
I'm done with this.
You don't do the dinner dates and stuff. We have other stuff we do.
We went on one with them.
You did?
Yeah, it was the most awkward thing ever.
Oh, jeez.
I feel comfortable saying it now because they've moved out and they live in a different state. We had another one that we tried to be nice to, and their little daughter then would just show up at our house trying to come in.
Oh, that's
and
not
it's
good.
like, what do you do? I don't know. I'm not a parent.
Yeah, get out of here, kid.
She would ride her bicycle into the garage with me when I pull in. She'd see me and start riding her bicycle and then pull right in. And now I'm like, hey, kid, get the F out.
Yeah.
But you were her favorite.
Well, she wasn't mine, Rev.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, she would ask stupid questions. What's that? I'm like, it's my car.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm like, a car. What kind of car? It's a Jeep. What color is it? I'm like, what are you, stupid? It's blue.
It's right
Get
there.
out.
It's a kid trying to make small talk, man. It ain't going to be great.
Get out of my garage. I'm with Steve on this. Get out. Where's your stupid parents? Let them answer your stupid questions. I've got stuff to do,
I'm
kid.
so done when she's like, what color is it? I'm like, you know what color it is.
Yeah, get out of here.
What's that? A dog.
Yeah. I don't even know that. Luckily, my neighbors, you know what? Their kids don't bother me. They wave. I don't mind a wave, and then that's it. I don't need conversation.
Yeah, wave is great.
I don't need anything at all. I don't need interaction. Just wave and then keep moving because you're a child, and I've already been through that phase of my life. I do not need children talking to me. I've already, I can't wait to be a grandfather so I can send the kids home.
Hey, kid, if you don't have Girl Scout cookies in your hand, stop talking to me.
Good point. Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, the social one, he got this one wrong.
Which country won the most medals during the 2018 Winter Olympics?
Germany.
No.
USA.
No.
China.
No.
China.
No.
Sorry, buddy. It was Norway. Norway was kicking butt. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.